everyone, I'm so excited. We are live on Facebook, and oh my God, we're going to have a lot of fun right now talking about something. My next guest is Cyndi Tendick, and she's the owner of Shangri-la Ranch, and I want you to tell everybody why you're so excited about being here today. Go ahead.
So I'm so excited to be back. Thank you for having me again,
you.
Carol. But yes, I am from Shangri-la Ranch, and we are a clothing optional mobile home and RV park located in New River, which is just north of Phoenix. So excited to be here today specifically. We are currently celebrating Nude Rec Week. It is a national, week of nude recreation all across the entire country, and it will culminate on Saturday, which is International Skinny Dip Day.
Oh my God, where else but on Networking Arizona would you hear that it's National, what did you say?
Nude Rec Week.
Nude Rec Week, which is everybody just wants to go take off their clothes anyway right now because it's so hot out there.
So true.
But I want you to talk a little bit about the ranch and why this is so important to you.
So we are, like I said, a clothing optional mobile home and RV park. We have 2 pools, super refreshing this time of year, and you don't have that sticky bathing suit to deal with. We have a hot tub. During the winter, we also have a sauna as well. It's not open right now because,
Who wants that?
Who wants that? Arizona's an entire sauna as it is right now. Anyway, so we have a cafe that's open on the weekends. We have rental accommodations. If you have an RV, you can bring your RV in. If you don't, you're also more than welcome to just come out for the day. I've got some folks that'll come, or, right when we open the office at 9, they get a little dunk in the pool, they get to start their day, a little refreshing, and then they go on about it or they're back home before it gets, surface of the sun. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
You're open 7 days a week, and I have to say, obviously, when I talk about things that people ask me, who's going to be on your show, and I'll be like, well, let me tell you, right? And when I mention this, how many people know who you are and have been there?
So it's a lot, and that's the great thing about us is that our clientele runs anybody and everybody, and nobody really knows about it. Everybody's afraid to say, oh yeah, I go up there on the weekends, or oh, I go get naked, or I skinny dip in my backyard, or I've had pool parties with my neighbors, or anything to that effect. But when you actually start to get to talk to people and know them, we've been in business. My family's owned a resort since the late 90s. We've seen everybody from politicians. We've even had celebrities come up to the park before and hang out for a couple of days.
Why not?
Exactly. Like when you're there, and this is the great thing about nude recreation and family-friendly social nudism, is when you take away the barrier of clothing, you're not you're not putting on a face for anybody. You are getting to know a person directly for who they are, not what they're trying to put up. You don't know what kind of job they have, what their political stature is, what their political stance is, what their opinions are. You're just getting to know the person, and you meet and talk to the most genuine people that you have ever found. And like I say, they run the entire gamut of politicians, doctors, lawyers, those that work, regular 9-to-5 jobs and then come up and hang out with us on the weekends. That's what we're all about. We're just real people, genuine people that just enjoy being nude in a social setting.
It's awesome. Now, I want to get out some information. You're located in New River, and this is family friendly. We want people to understand this too.
Right.
And you can call them. Their phone number is 623-465-5959. And I think the best thing for people is get up on that website, to go up there and kind of check it out. And I'm sure you have some new information up there since the last time, and we're going to talk about some of the things that you're actually here to talk about. The website is shangrilaranch.com. I want you to talk a little bit about what is one of the most important things that you wanted to also talk about, besides the fact that it is National Skinny Dip Day on Saturday. So everybody in Arizona should be just taking off their clothes and jumping in the pool. How fun would that be if everybody did that at the same time? Which I think you do.
Not necessarily. Come up to us and jump in our pool, because if you jump in a pool in downtown Phoenix, everybody's gonna look at you crazy and be like, oh, this guy. But no, come up and enjoy the day with us. If you've never been, we do offer every day that we're open, which is 7 days a week, with the exception of a couple of holidays, but we all need a break. Come up. Your first day visit is free of charge. So in this economy these days, you can't really find a lot for free, but we like to offer that, give people the opportunity to come up and enjoy a day if they've never been before, never had the experience, and it's something on their bucket list. And you're welcome to do that on Saturday. There will be a lot of people. We get a ton of visitors from different states as well, and we'll talk about that in a few moments. But you get a chance to come up, meet people, see friends that you haven't seen in a while. This is kind of like Christmas for us. It's like our national holiday. It really is.
It is, of course
I
it
mean,
is.
every day is Skinny Dip Day for us, but this is a nationally recognized kind of thing. We've got partners in Canada, in Mexico, in the Philippines, going to
That's so
partake
cool.
Across Europe as well, and it's just such a fun event. So 1 o'clock on Saturday, we all get in the pool at the same time. We take a big group photo, and it's just a lot of fun to be surrounded by your friends and experiencing all of it with everybody.
Do you have the information up on the website?
Oh, absolutely.
You got to
Yes.
check it out. Go to Shangri-La Ranch.com. Also, you wanted to talk a little bit about the American Association for Nude Recreation. You wanted to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So ANR, American Association for Nude Recreation, they're a international organization, national organization. Like I said, we've got it supports clubs like ours all across the country. It is a 25,000 plus membership organization, and their mission is to advocate, protect, and educate on nudist resorts, nudist opportunities, and how that can be beneficial to everyday folks.
I want you to do that here. Wouldn't that be fun
Yeah.
to just talk about, to educate the public? And I'm going to ask that question
100%.
right now
Yeah.
real quickly. Because you said something earlier, social nudism. And I didn't really know that word, the
terminology,
before,
yeah.
when you said it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Talk about that for a minute.
So essentially, we find a lot of people that do, like I said, they'll skinny dip in their backyard. They talk about how they used to go to the creek behind their house when they were kids, and they would skinny dip with their friends. So that's essentially an extension of it. And what ANR really does is protects and educates, those opportunities. You can do those in designated environments. There are some, state lands that have the opportunity for folks to go hiking, biking, camping, or you can come to a designated space like Shangri-La.
Safe. Exactly.
And it is family friendly. So we do have kids. I've got a family that lives full time, and it's just a safe environment. So it is social in the sense that there are other people there. You're not necessarily just doing it on your own, and you're not it's judgment free. You're not talking about anybody. There's no gawking, there's no looking, there's no pointing. Everybody is themselves. It's every shape and body size that you can imagine. One thing that we hear from people say, oh, well, maybe when I lose 20 pounds, I can come up there. That's so silly, because we have people of every walk of life, from every kind of background, and they all look different. But that's the beauty of humanity, is that everybody is different, and we celebrate those kind of things there.
But as open, as free as you are, but you're also discreet about certain things. You say that people always have to have a towel. If something is happening, they're asked to,
Yes.
please leave.
We have some rules to kind of protect that,
Right.
Protect everybody that's there. If you're there for the wrong reasons, it becomes apparent very quickly.
Right.
We always say our 2 very easy basic rules to follow is make sure there's something between you and whatever you're sitting on at all times. It's just a hygiene thing. And number 2, if you wouldn't do the action in front of your parents or a child, it need not be done on our grounds.
I love it. And you know what? I think what we really need to know is that this week is National Rec Week, Nude Rec Week. And guess what? On Saturday at 1 p.m., you can actually go up to their ranch and everybody can go skinny dipping in the pool. They would love for you to come up there. You can check it out on their website. It's ShangriLaRanch.com. Your first time there is free too, so it makes sense. And go get cool at Shangri-La Ranch. Hang tight, we're going to be back in just a minute. We are still live in the room,
Okay,
so I'm
yeah,
going to keep
absolutely.
on going.
100%.
Am I getting to everything so
Yeah,
far? I know
yeah.
I'm kind of adding some things.
No, you're totally fine.
We kind of did that
Yeah.
already.
Yep.
This
Mhm.
already. Okay, so we're really there.
Yeah, we are. I do want to touch on this because it's kind of ironic that we're doing the whole swim camp thing right now because it's Nude Rec Week.
Okay.
And even though it's Nude Rec Week, we're actually asking all of our residents to get dressed so
Oh,
that
yeah,
we
we have
can
to talk about
so
that.
that we can do the thing for our community
Swim
and how
camp.
we're involved with, you know, our local Rotary as well as
Right,
our
right, right.
Kiwanis and you know, just our involvement and why we find that to also be a big help and promoter for us because we are kind of a, you know,
Right,
outside
the
kind
total
of
opposite.
yeah, exactly.
Makes
We
sense.
didn't really think it all the way through when we did it, but it's kind of, you know,
It worked
makes
out.
people talk.
Yeah, I like that.
So,
And
yeah.
also, I think that it would be so cool, and this is where you could come in too, is that you could, well, we're gonna just talk about right here.
Yeah.
Educating, right?
Mhm.
Have that education.
Yes.
What you do already, you
Right.
talk to people who already get it.
Correct.
To people that don't get it.
Yes.
Right? And
Yeah.
understanding.
We do a huge
There's a
component of
philosophy
that.
in your mind set. It's a different mindset.
Correct.
And being able to do that.
Yeah.
I would love.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's what we're all about. That's what we try and do every day is to educate people that it's not a sexual environment.
Mhm.
It is, and it's more about body acceptance and body freedom and feeling that
But wouldn't that
and
be so
knowing
cool
that.
to talk about
Yeah.
that? See?
Yeah.
And also having a man involved too is good because you have woman and man.
Right.
And some people resonate with
Yeah.
both.
I did answer an email that we got the other day, and it was, my wife is really, really reluctant. And my response to them was, have her call us. You know, I'm a woman, my mom works in the office, my sister works in the office, and sometimes a woman talking to another woman helps the dynamic in the
completely.
situation. And same thing man with a man, because they don't necessarily want to call me
Right.
and say, what happens if,
Right,
you know,
right. They're
I'm a man and I do a man thing.
Right.
You know, they get a little turned off by that.
Right.
And
Mhm.
so it's easier to kind of have certain people to have those conversations with.
Right, no, I
So,
totally get it.
yeah.
And that doesn't just be with you, with
Right.
what you do.
Right, it's
everything,
everything.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Sometimes a lot of people that do the commercials that you hear,
Mhm.
they do them in their own voice, you know, but I think that the station as general would like maybe to have.
Something different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it'd be fun.
Yeah.
We'll do it, we'll do it. We'll figure out a date. We have to coordinate a time for you to come.
Yeah.
in.
I would love that,
Okay.
anytime.
Mhm.
It'll be fun.
Mhm. So welcome back, everyone. We're live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. It happens to be National Skinny Dipping Week this week, and they would love for you to come up onto their ranch this Saturday at 1 p.m. because everybody's going skinny dipping in the pool.
Everybody's in the pool.
Everybody's in the
Yeah.
pool having fun.
Yeah.
And, you know, for anyone that just tuned in, I just want them to tell that when I say something like that on the show, after 17 years, I've never said it before, but anyway, go ahead and tell them why, a little bit about the ranch.
So I'm Cyndi. I'm from Shangri-la Ranch. We are a clothing optional mobile home and RV park in New River, which is just north of Phoenix.
And you can go up there and have fun. You can end up living there if you want. It's family friendly. We want people to understand that this is family friendly. And we talked a little bit about social nudism, and people need to understand this, right? It's not something to get all upset about. It's something to accept. All right?
It is, yeah. I mean, we're just a bunch of regular folks that
Want to walk around naked. That's all there's to it.
Exactly. We do everything. Somebody asked the question, or one of the most common questions we get is, well, what do you guys do? Well, we do anything else that anybody else does. We go to our pool. We have billiards tables. We have potlucks. We have line dance lessons, karaoke, dances. We just choose to do those activities without wearing clothing.
Right.
But at the same time, we also understand that that's not a commonly accepted thing, so we still, get dressed, go to the grocery store. You're not going to see a bunch of my residents or members, running down the streets naked
By
or
the way,
anything
she
like
is
that.
wearing clothes right now, just to let you know.
I am, yeah. Again, we understand that, and that's what we're all about, is we have a designated safe environment for people to come and practice being in a social, family-friendly nude setting.
And a lot of people do like to do that, they're closet.
They're closet
Nudists.
nudists. There's a lot more people that you will find that say, oh, I do that all the time at my house,
Yeah.
and, you know, it's not really a big deal.
Or have gone there and never have told anyone, right? 'Cause
Exactly.
they keep it to themselves.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you don't have to. I want to talk about something that's important to you, the community involvement and the support that you're looking for too.
Yeah, so like we had said, this is National Nude Rec Week. So ironically, this week we actually started our community swim camp. So I am asking all of my residents and those that are visiting to remain dressed so that we can open our gates and invite community families and kids in. And I have 2 of my residents and a daughter of one of my residents who have stepped in and are swim instructors. And they are teaching community kids how to swim and be safe and protected around water. It was a program that my grandparents started back in the 90s when they bought the property, and we have carried it not every year, but it is something that we have brought back recently. We are huge into child safety, which a lot of people are like, well, that's just weird because normally you're naked and how is that okay? It's totally safe and normal for kids. I was talking to a mom before I came down here today, and she said, I walk around the house naked all the time, and my kids are like, oh, whatever, who cares? You know, and we find that to be more often or a more common conversation than not. Even a lot of the parents that are bringing their kids in yesterday, today, tomorrow, and then again next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're offering lessons again. They said, I took lessons here when I was a kid. So it's really heartwarming to see that we have had such a big impact on our community through those outreach programs and through those efforts. We always find it a great way to reach out and be a part of it. We are a community in a community. We're actively involved in our local Kiwanis Club, as well as our Rotary. We do road cleanups along our stretch of road and donate and help out wherever we can, because again, that's just the humanitarian thing to do. We are just like everybody else. We just choose not to wear clothing sometimes.
And that's okay.
Yeah, and that's okay.
I want to ask you about the camp.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing for the kiddos besides they're going to be playing? They're going to be swimming.
So
and they're, by the way, this is clothing.
that
They're
is
wearing
that
clothes.
is a clothed event. So all of the kids that are coming in are dressed, as well as our instructors, myself, any of our staff.
How long is a camp? How long is it? What
So it's just we're asking all of our residents to be dressed between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. We're offering lessons from starting at 10. They go from 10 to 10:45, 11 to 11:45, and then we have an open swim opportunity from noon until about 12:45, 1 o'clock, and then everybody's asked to go home, and then park goes back to normal operations where everybody else can jump back in and go skinny dipping.
Do you have tours and things like that you do there?
Absolutely. We are always more than welcome, even if people don't think that this is for them. If they don't want to come out and get naked, that's okay. 2 pieces. You're welcome to come out. We'd be happy to give you a tour at any given time, just so you can see the grounds and realize that we are normal. This is just, it's an everyday average. Anytime you talk about or think about going camping with your family when you were younger and the things that those campgrounds have, that's what we have. And so we would love for people to see that and experience that, even if they don't want to experience the nudity side of it.
So I want to talk about the different options that people have, right? So, and I'm not talking about clothes right now. I am talking about when they go up there are people that can live there full time.
Absolutely.
There are people that can come up there and spend a short amount of time there. Like they can maybe take a week or so.
Yep.
Right?
They can.
Like going camping kind of thing? Okay.
I've got everything ranging from folks that come in just for the day and, use the pool, maybe go on a little hike. We have a small hiking and walking trail on our property.
Your first day is free, by the way.
You can do nude or not. It's totally up to you. You can come and experience all of our amenities. You can also, if you have an RV, you can bring your RV. You can come up for the weekend. You can come up for a day. You can come up for a week. I've got folks staying right now for 2 weeks that are from California.
Do people come up and do like a party?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God, that would be fun. I was talking about doing a cruise. Maybe we'll go up there.
Yeah.
Do a Networking Arizona event.
100%. We are hosting, so this national organization that we're involved with, ANR, it's split up into regions. And I am currently the regional president for the West, which covers states across California, Arizona, New Mexico, Wyoming, Utah, Hawaii, Colorado.
Everyone wants to get naked.
There are parks across the country where people can go. It's not just here in Arizona. So we're hosting our regional convention, and then afterwards our national convention. So I've got our executive directors coming in. We just had our elections this year, so we get to swear in a new board and designate some new trustees that do national work, which is all about the advocacy, again, back to that advocacy educational aspect of nude recreation, and that's exactly what Anner does, and we're excited to have them and host them for this convention. So when you talk about a party, we consider our convention a party because there is business that is conducted, but then we have a lot of fun. You know, we're hosting a couple of cocktail receptions, and we're trying to highlight a lot of things from the Southwest because that's where we're from. We're bringing in some reptiles and doing some tequila tasting and that sort of thing.
That.
So we are always looking for great ideas, and to us every day is a party. So that's what we're all here for, is just celebration of each other and a clothes-free life that we choose to live.
So I want to talk about the community itself, okay? And the different types of mobile homes,
Yep.
right? They
Yep.
have different types, and
Yep.
they have a lot for sale right now, or that are any ready, or
Not
just
quite,
checking?
not quite. Yeah, absolutely. We have kind of created a bit of a demand for ourselves. We do have a pretty lengthy wait list if you want to be there full time or
Okay.
have a full time site. So I don't have anything available right now.
But people can come up there
But
and,
you
and,
can.
and where do they stay? I mean, they bring their
Yeah.
own camper, or what? How's it
You
work?
can, absolutely. If you have an RV, you're more than welcome to bring it up. I can put it in a site. You get to stay in it, all of your own comforts. If not, that's totally fine as well. We have rooms that range from basic hotel type rooms, anything that you would find in, you know, any other hotel that you stay at for a night or a weekend, and as well as units with kitchens and that have, you know, full kitchens. So if you're there a little bit longer, again, I've got a couple staying right now for 5 days from California. They packed up, you know, very minimal things because you don't need a lot when you come to us. Just a couple of towels
I
and some
love it.
sunscreen.
You don't
Makes
have to
for
worry how many shoes you have.
no, not at all. Makes for really easy packing. And just come on over. We provide, again, units with full kitchens so you can do your own cooking. Or if you're there for the weekend, basic rooms are really popular because everybody wants to go to the cafe and, you know, get a burger.
Experience
and,
that,
yeah,
too.
of course.
That's an
So
experience.
there's definitely options. We like to say we have a little bit of everything for everybody, whether you're a seasoned nudist or a brand new newbie. And again, for brand newbies, this weekend, Saturday, International Skinny Dip Day, probably one of the best days that you can come out and experience social nude recreation for the first time.
Well, if you want to cool off,
Yeah.
especially right now, it is so hot out there. What a great, fun, different way to experience this, and I think they would love for you to come out. And it's sort of like you're on show.
Yeah,
Right?
we like to use the day as a really big open house anytime this week. Like I said, I've got community members in this week, and a few of them are saying, well, we've never been here before, and
What's
it's so
your
great
favorite
to see
thing
this.
that you do there, besides be with your husband?
I like to spend, I'm a really big entertainer. I love to cook. I love to entertain. So we really like to host like a really nice happy hour for folks. Or our Saturday night dances, we've got 3 different DJs that come in, play a variety of music. People say, well, what do you wear? Well, whatever you want to wear, as little or as much as you would like.
You know what I love is that it is a community feeling, right? I mean, just think about it. I've been living in my little community for 8 years, and I'll tell you right now,
You don't
I don't know one person,
of your neighbors or anything.
right? Nobody ever
Yeah.
has a barbecue, or they always
No.
talk about it. Yeah, we used to. No, not
No,
anymore.
we're
But I love
a
it.
huge
What are
community.
your final words for everybody out there?
Everybody looks out for everybody. Final words, if you've never been before, we'd love to have you come out. If you have any questions, have any concerns, please call us or email us. We're happy to answer anything.
They're clothing optional. They are family friendly. They're located in New River, and they're open 7 days a week. This Saturday at 1 p.m. It's going to be hot, folks, and you can go, and they want everyone to go out and get naked and jump in the pool at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Check them out on the website. It's ShangriLaRanch.com.